Because the answer is because.
That's not answer. It's a.
Yes,
I
it
don't know
is.
what the hell. What kind of a sentence structure is that?
That's the way it is. There's your
Vault.
answer.
Vault, have you seen The Mandalorian?
No.
Right, time is 7 p.m. UTC. Exactly.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome to the February 2021 infrastructure staff meeting. I don't even know where everybody is. I'm just zooming around.
Admont building.
Okay.
I'm standing the podium.
Let's get started with a road with
So
B394.
I think that I have some concerns with Philippex road building, which you can see if you TP to me.
I see.
Can someone do a quick screenshot? Sorry.
Terrain is fairly mountainous, right?
What the hell?
That's going through like the road.
You know,
This is
it's
gonna-
actually kind of cute. I don't know why. This is going to be a solid maybe, leaning no from me because of this.
Skelly, what exactly are the issues with the road? Like,
Inclines are
unrealistic.
I think we could do an arrangement like with Avenetian Bobby Gammer, where we have a staff member oversee the road's building.
The road follows the terrain really well, as in it just kind of sits on top of it, resulting in like roads where it's not even. Like one side will start going up before the other.
But yeah, the thing is that we're just looking around. I assume this is
his town.
This is his town.
Yes, that's this town.
Yeah, the roads in this town bring questions.
Cute, honestly.
I think another thing we could do is we could defer to the March GSM and have him show us how exactly he'll build the road.
I think that might be wise for this.
I mean, I don't think there's any advantage of like deferring rather than saying no and having him resubmit with road examples.
Yeah, I think that I mean that's basically the same thing.
Procedurally, yeah, we're saying no for now. It sounds like.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna point out there's another wider road on the outside of the town, which might be more reflective of what he's gonna use.
This is better, but it's still a bit.
Yeah, no, there's still some weirdness with like the way the road goes up and down inclines.
Curves are bad. Like that isn't.
Yeah, there's this part too.
Okay. Like, I'm not worried about the curve. It's the incline bits that make me a little more concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, that curve's a little weird, but yeah, just so long as we get like an idea of how the road will look, until then, I'm not really okay giving this a.
On the plus side, though, if we were to approve this, we could give MRT drivers the Texas road and winter experience.
Okay. Honestly, I think it'd be better if we actually just straight tell him what we're looking for in a road rather than just have him submit. Because I don't think he knows. I don't think they know exactly, like compared to other roads, what our standards are. So
yeah, like for a B road, we do have a set of standards at least.
Yeah. They're unofficial standards.
That's fine, but it's like we're looking for something like this is what we need to say.
Specifically,
the point is to have some kind of reference.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, the part where the inclines need to be more accessible, because even I think fast boys can't even go up that really easily.
Question. If we are deferring him to unofficial road standards, why don't we just make official ones?
We're not making official B road standards. The end.
We're
more
not
official
tried.
guidelines.
Well,
we tried.
The reason that we have them unofficial is because the point of a B road is to allow a little bit more flexibility in how it's built.
I see.
There are always going to be exceptions to a rule. Even say if we said a minimum slope of 1 in 4, that could be a mountain pass might justify
I mean, I would say to also just have him look at other B roads that exist, because I think a lot of B roads that currently exist look fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be quite the standard of the B33, but
no inclines that are 1 for 1, please.
Yeah, or really just look at existing. I think we deny this and say look at existing B roads and please submit to us how the road is going to look.
I don't think a general guideline here, Cody, might help in sense of roads.
Yeah.
The point is we don't want to be enforcing rules or giving warning because someone made a bad road.
Right.
So I mean, if we were to do it, I think these wouldn't be like official rules, like absolutely requirement almost. So then
they're already unofficial.
Just general guideline.
They're already unofficial. Yeah. Like that's what they are.
Yeah, and
the guidelines. Yeah, the unofficial guidelines are like the specifics of what level of slope you should do. The rules are don't make it like an eyesore.
Yeah.
Cody, that's all general MRT rules of landscaping.
Yeah.
It could be something
MRT general rules.
If we really want to, we could add to the policies and procedures page on the website, because that's where a lot of that sort of stuff goes. Not rules, but these are the things we're looking for. Right now, the unofficial guidelines are on the wiki page. It's not the most accessible thing. So
I link to the wiki page.
Yeah, but the thing is, it can be edited. Right, so might as well.
I would say that if we should absolutely make these guidelines official or unofficial, more accessible, because I was unaware they existed.
I think it's more accessible, but I don't want to make them official because I want to let them. I want to let people be able to have their make their judgment based on terrain and whatnot within some amount of parameters. And again, it's that's why the rules are don't make it an eyesore, and the guidelines, the unofficial guidelines are here's what tends to work.
Yeah, no. So just because this is starting to wander a bit from the original topic of this specific road, we should probably put this into a GSM topic.
Yeah, this is GSM worthy.
Yes. Yeah, this would go in a Section 5 item, so you can go ahead and defer that.
It's still worth talking about just to prevent this sort of thing from happening again.
Yeah. So, but I would agree that that's something that we can do in a Section 5 item at the March GSM here. So, if you want to bring that forward, go ahead.
But this is denied.
Yes.
Okay. Denied with him telling him, "Hey, you tell us after how you'll build it, right?"
Yeah. We just need a little bit more info on that. We can revisit at the GSM. Okay, 6B AIX.
Good luck,
okay.
Is anyone near there? I'm in Carnoustie, but
Dinty is.
I'm in Augusta.
Dinty's there.
So if I recall, what we set out to do was finish the highway and get Augusta councillor, or at least some significant size. They have finished the highway. Augusta has seen a lot of development. It does look councillor size, although it's clearly there's still a lot of development going on.
Yeah, is the region rendered on Dynmap?
I don't know how out of date that render is. Why are there so many cats here?
Dynmap is 2 days old.
It's an obligatory joke about 600 cats here, and
but on a serious note, this
road has been fully rendered itself. I marked the road recently on Dynmap, so I can confirm the 84 is fully finished in its entirety.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was one of the things we mentioned from the past meeting. We said finish the 84, and Augusta needs to be, of course, councillor size by the sake of staff.
So are we in that town right now?
Yeah, this is the town that we asked them to develop.
I would say this is councillor sized.
Yeah.
I would councillor.
Yeah, I would endorse this.
I would. It's certainly councillor sized.
Okay.
You would or you wouldn't?
Aside from a little bit of land scarring here, but obviously it's evident that this is under construction.
Yeah.
I would be willing to endorse it as well. So
yeah,
I agree. It's councillor.
So given
So they've met that condition. They've met the A84. Were there any other conditions that we set that are still outstanding?
Nope.
Don't think
From
so.
the past GSM, those were the only conditions, which means they should be good to submit for size check.
I would say, yep. So okay. So
those are the conditions, and if they've met them, then yeah.
Question:
Okay.
Would this size check be done via a GSM or just a general email?
No,
Email.
just the standard submit standard done by email. So
Yeah,
Okay.
God, we have to do the size check anymore.
well,
Re-email. There'll be
Someone else can do a size check.
someone else can do it.
Yeah, God does not. It has to be some other staff at this point because God's not here.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you could include Augusta.
A few other people have done them in the past, so it's not a huge worry. All right.
Anyway, okay. So I'm happy to clear you guys to submit. So
I'm
So,
inclined to agree.
cool.
I'd say approve it.
okay,
All
good to
right.
go.
7A.
7A, the game of Cryptos.
He's requesting $190. That's
Go ahead.
extremely. Yeah, I mean, sure.
So, we're just approving this, like, I almost feel like there's just $100.
It's barely anything, so
Yeah.
My
I could ask
personal
like $25 and see if it gets approved without looking. Like, just word it really long enough.
my personal opinion is that if it's an event that looks like it's been reasonably well thought out, if it's under $200, $200 or less, that's a drop in the bucket, and I'm not going to scrutinize it a whole lot. Like there's still going to be some amount of scrutiny that is going to go on it for sure, just to make sure that it's well thought out. But I want to allow experimenting and let people try stuff out. So I think it's like, since it's a relatively small amount, and this looks like, and especially with the little bit of follow up that Skelly had, it's this certainly looks like something that is reasonably well thought out. So, and it's a small enough amount that I'm okay approving it as a pilot. And if it goes well and there are tweaks, then we'd be happy to review further runs later.
Yeah, I mean, it's
my only
definitely
question is why not fund it yourself? But
I mean,
that's not really
that's
doesn't really
not
matter.
really a question for this. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine with this.
Yeah, it's low I can't speak. Low prize amount. Interesting event. Clearly has thought about this a bit. Yeah, sure. Why not? See what the experiment goes. Good luck, Imperial. Good luck.
Screenshot contest.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yoshi ain't here, so I don't know.
Why not fund this yourself, Yoshi?
You should
No,
I won't win it.
Yoshi's done this a bunch. Screenshot contest, good. Fine by me.
Yeah, every time these have been run, they've been done very well. So I have no qualms.
No,
the amount looks the same as last time, so I think Yoshi went with the same amount. So I'm good with it.
So it's no problem. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay approving.
All right.
Going once, twice.
Sold.
IT of Celtic Bay. Or Celtic Bay. I don't know how that's actually supposed to be pronounced.
It's probably Celtic.
Whatever. So the project, you may have seen.
I'm there right now.
The last minute addenda. The project that he wants to do is he basically wants to annex this and then turn it into like a second GSM town-like thing.
That's
by second GSM town. What exactly does he mean? Like, what is he making here?
Community town.
Community town project. Like basically the
for that.
The original thing with the original GSM town was that it's like supposed to be worked on during GSMs because people were liking the idea of just spamming random buildings all over us, and so we did that as a thing for a couple meetings. So, and then like he's talking to me, and I'm like, I don't know what you need my involvement for, but
maybe the fact you started, he went your approval.
So
he didn't really give an info mumble.
The town to the west of here is this new Mackinac.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Which it says.
It does say there's actually specific reasoning as to why it's being picked. as the reasoning for that location in particular.
Elite is here, so he can comment.
I'd like to hear that reasoning for why you're taking this town instead of some random area of land that isn't occupied.
That's what GSM Town did. Is I just picked a random island.
Yeah, that's my question.
I'd say today was a train wreck and a half.
I also have another question. Elite, does this particular community town have any theme or reason, like, or is it just another community town? Like, I'm not entirely sure what the what is this going to do?
I would assume that by GSM Town he means the that it only gets built on GSM and ISM days, and nobody touches it on any other day.
Shouldn't that be run by a staff though? Because that's more of a, I don't know.
To be fair for that, I would say, what's the point? We've already got a town that serves that role.
Saying Elite again, let's hear what Elite says, because it says like GSM Town. That doesn't necessarily mean.
I don't have a problem with the idea of the community town. I'm just wondering why he'd take this specific spot.
Let Elite respond.
Yeah.
Let Elite respond and just hold on.
Are we fine with the muting Elite?
Yeah, I'm fine on muting Elite to do this.
Fine.
Right, Elite?
There you go, Elite.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. So, why this place instead of some unoccupied place?
Exactly a year ago, on Zeta Day, which is apparently today, the lag was horrible, and I had landed on the peninsula, which is now New Mackinac, but I didn't really get to where my beauty spot was because the lag was so bad, and I was afraid of other claims, and so that's how New Mackinac ended up where it is. But I still like that eastern side of the peninsula in Celtic Bay. If not built over Celtic Bay, I'd want it to be built somewhere like in the immediate vicinity in Celtic Bay. Celtic Bay would obviously be an obstacle to that.
So
wait a minute. So why have it be a community build if you wanted to? Like, why not just annex it and like build your town through it?
Because it's about like three quarters of a kilometer away.
Ah, okay. So it is far.
Which I don't know.
750 blocks or so.
I don't know. Why is that a reasoning though? Like that, you couldn't just be a separate town that you just own Elite. Like I'm still not sure why you want to make this a GSM town or a community town. Like what's the reason for that?
Well, it's a thing for people to do. The old GSM town, as popular as it was initially, it's overcrowded. You can't build there anymore.
I think part of that might have just been the interest died out. Like,
there also isn't a ton of room in the old one. Like, I do understand.
The old one, they had to reclaim land, and the reclamation wasn't exactly done the best. It's just a sand wall and then a bit of grass.
Yeah, we did go again. We did not like the fact that they did reclaim land with GSM Town.
Yeah, so I think I'm kind of curious as to like why. Again, to echo Chief's question from earlier, why here and not some unoccupied plot of land?
If starting a new community project is your ultimate goal, there's tons of room all over the place. So
in a case like that, it would be.
Well, it's relatively close to my present town of New Mackinac, and so it's land that I already have some bit of influence over, and it'd be easy to extend the B1 from the current terminus at Main Street, New Mackinac, to this community town. It'd be easy to integrate into the regional transit network that I'm trying to build out there. It's land I already have influence over, and I'd like to put something on it.
Okay.
So, but the why of the community build still remains.
Well, and then the kind of follow-up question, Elite. Sorry, Sen, I'm going to kind of clog this a little bit, but the community town question is the MNA already has one. It's called Tulipsburg, and there just hasn't been a whole lot of activity there. So, again, it's like, is there because otherwise, it's like there is a community town in the region. There is a, you own New Mackinac nearby. If you were taking this as a straight expansion of New Mackinac, that would make sense. Or if you were, taking this to just kind of preserve it for something else, that makes sense. But again, just like this purpose just doesn't seem right because there are many like way better options, I think. So does that make sense?
If I'm allowed to take the piece of land as preservation or as a future expansion to New Mackinac, then I'll either take it now or submit again in 2 weeks. I just think that maybe there's not a need for a new community town, but it's a nice option to have.
Yeah.
As for Tulipsburg, it's M&A specific, and then a new GSM town, new GSM town is an option. For,
Elite. As you said, I think we need to see the actual proposal for the community town. So if you want to still try to go for it at the next GSM or whatever, then feel free to submit it. We just don't. I just don't know the details. I don't know the interest, right? So,
yeah.
But in terms of just this IAT, though, I'm going to ask the rest of the staff, like, are we just okay with just giving it to Elite for now? It could be used for his own town or new town, or eventually merging with New Mackinac if he ever gets that far. Or he could put it toward a community town later on.
I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, if he just wanted it for himself.
How far away is New Mackinac from Celtic Bay? I think it's around 750.
750.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I'm in favor of giving it to Elite, but just as a don't turn this into community town yet, until you have natural.
I honestly, because it's so far from your town, it would almost basically be a second town.
I think that we should wait to approve it until New Mackinac actually expands out there.
Hi, Yoshi.
Yoshi is saying it's 1.5K, which is even less of a reason to approve it.
I'm thinking that just like...
Oh, sorry. Who is
go ahead. Volt and Dolt.
I'm thinking that just like we don't usually approve things unless they have a reason then, and like I know it's unlikely, but it is possible that this person could come back in that time. So maybe it would be nice to like just resubmit this when you're actually going to do something with it.
As in actually submit the community town proposal if Elite chooses to do that?
Yeah, just submit the IAT when you submit the community town proposal.
Yeah, altogether.
I mean,
am I legally required to propose the town at a GSM?
The community town? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The community town? No, we don't require formal approval of community towns. The only time that you really need to get a community town approved is like in this case, if you're saying I want to IAT a place and simultaneous as a part of that turn into a community town, or if you have an existing one and you want to have it be able to access some kind of rank restricted thing. So, but like the formation of a community town, you can just do whenever you want.
Regarding the distance, I think precedent would show that like that is quite a ways. I've had IATs for nearby towns denied when they're only about 600 blocks away. So 1.5K is definitely pushing
quite far.
Yeah,
but I will say that it's not necessary, and also thank you for coming to New Mackinac. We appreciate it. It's not necessarily an IAT for New Mackinac. It's an IAT of a town that happens to be relatively near to New Mackinac.
The thing is that we generally don't approve IATs that are really far away from something that someone owns.
Yeah, without sufficient reason. Like I will say, we have, as Kitty said, approved it. Like in the case of Merritt Lakes, we did approve it because there was reason. Frog provided that what he wanted to do with the town.
Yeah,
so you can have an IAT as a distance away. You just need sufficient pieces.
All right.
This by itself doesn't have a whole lot of like compelling to it. It's convenient for you, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's compelling, nor is it urgent. Sin, are you about to say something?
No, I was going to say that my current vote on this is no.
Yeah, I'm with Sinra. Deny on insufficient detail. I just want to see more reason why you want it.
Yeah, so we're denying it, but delete just to make it very clear. If you do make a proposal for a community project, lump that in with your IAT. You can make that at a future meeting. It also would help if you prove that there was a sufficient interest in the project too.
I think that would be super helpful.
Yeah.
One way for you to do that would actually be just to go around gathering signatures, like, "Well, you building this town? You building this town?"
And I think that's especially an important step because I know there's a couple other things that are in the works of being planned, and if people are spread super thin, then there might not be a whole lot of interest right now. So, but yeah, if there's interest and if it makes sense, then we can certainly reconsider. But as things currently stand, I don't think this makes sense right now.
All right.
Does that make sense to you, Elite?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and remute Elite.
Before we left, or we're about to end, and Aurora wanted to make sure what towns are allowed to be counted in the size check.
Because it's a governor for which airport, for AIX?
Yes, like what towns of Aurora will count.
So because it's a governor airport, anything I would say that's at or above councilor that's in the region and close enough to.
Because we had this discussion at the start of what towns were close enough to be counted for AIX.
Oh, right.
I think the problem was Carnoustie, but that's why they built Augusta. So
I do actually have a question about Augusta. So you say councillor above, yes? Did we actually give a rank to Augusta? It is technically a community town, and I don't think it's ranked.
It is of equivalent to councillor. We went through that while we were talking about it.
Okay, so we've basically given Augusta an honorary promotion to councillor. Gotcha.
It does count for the airport space, yes.
I was about to ask that question.
Yeah, if it were a standard town, then it would be a council rank, but it's community town, so it's a special case.
Yep.
So in terms of what towns they can use for allocation or for AIX, Augusta can count, and because of Augusta now being there, we can say that Carnoustie, we don't have any concerns anymore of Carnoustie being used in that allocation.
Yeah, the only thing is that Carnoustie has its own airport, right? Or is that a different town?
They're going to demolish
Carnoustie. It would be demolished to make way for AIX.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, the original plan is on the agenda with them saying that.
Okay, as long as that airport gets demolished, then I have no concerns.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
if I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, Obi. The current plan is Carnoustie, Skogheim, Caloro, Augusta, all being donated into the allocation. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
And to be clear, all the town mayors are consenting to this and are participating in the project, correct?
Lakeboro?
Mm-hmm.
In the original email, they said Skogheim, Carnoustie, Lakeboro, and
Caloro?
Okay, Lakeboro is north of Skogheim.
Lakeboro and Caloro City. Yeah, that's the 4 cities they said in the original email. So I think it would be those 4 cities plus Augusta.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So the only thing we need now is for you to submit measurement.
Yeah.
Which
and
they
then
just
did. That was quick. Okay.
Hold on. Can we get someone to commit to doing that measurement? Because I don't want to. They've been waiting for a month. I don't want to have them wait even further for this. So can we get someone to quickly look at those?
Oh yeah, that was what we were already doing, Yoshi. We already clarifying the towns.
Hello.
As far as
if nobody's done it by Friday, then I can try my hand, or Thursday. If nobody's done it by Thursday, then I could use parts of my Thursday and Friday to look at it.
I can probably give it a shot. If not today, then Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it to you, Volp.
Okay, so Volp and Skelly, one of you two can deal with it. Okay.
Yeah, so they're still getting ready for it. They're still building it, so there will be a bit of time. But I'll do that when I can.
Okay.
Yeah, but like we have their official proposal, so we can review it now. But so we can start that now while they're doing that. Okay, so that's it for the agenda. Any last minute things?
Some announcements for tomorrow, and for some other things. So there will be maintenance tomorrow. The main Minecraft server will be down for a couple hours. I'll make a text announcement of this, but I'm making a backup of the world, and it's going to be used for two purposes. One is for creating a new world download, which will be marking 1 year after Zeta opened. And the other one will be using that world to reset the beta server to a more recent version with full ranks and stuff. And that'll be in preparation for installing the vehicles and head database plugins as we discussed at the last GSM. More news about this, or they'll basically get done over the next week or so, so stay tuned to announcements or sign up for the beta announcements for more information. And that's that.
I will also quickly let everybody know that if you are looking at your calendars, you'll notice that April 1st is about 4.5 weeks out. If you have any suggestions for April Fool's Day pranks, because last year's airport rapid transit, I think, was very well received and very well done.
I've got some ideas of my own, you see.
Anyway, so if you have ideas that like actually seem reasonable, you can privately message them to me, and I can and try to consider them and see what kind of shenanigans we can do. But for those who are new, we do celebrate April Fool's Day here, so please, yeah, if anyone's got ideas, we can certainly consider.
Unleash the crackheads.
Yeah, I've got my own thing. I'll be hopping on the little unofficial TF2 server afterwards. So if you folks want to do a game, I wouldn't mind doing that. You're all invited. It's in the auxiliary Discord. I'll probably repost the link. Actually.
This meeting is done.
This meeting's done. Yes,
sure.
We're done.
Don't forget that moderator nominations are due on Saturday.
Yes, thank you, Scully.
And also remind, and yeah, we're not doing nomination discussion channels anymore, so all feedback and nominations will have to be submitted by email.
All right, we're done. Get out of here.
Go home.
Be gone.
Be gone.
In the meeting channel.
You're still here.